What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Well, I've been down and out for about a week and a half, 2 weeks now, with some medical stuff going on with my blood pressure and other things. So I can't take on any real big strenuous projects right now, but one thing I can do is run Uber. So today we're going to start working on the driveway. We got a lot of rain coming up, like 3 inches in the next couple of days, and I got a day or two before that hits. I've already got the box blade on Uber over there. So what we're going to do is go ahead and start box blading some of the worst areas, especially the ones that's got the lows where the water keeps setting. There's actually still some water in there right now, but maybe after we get all of this rain, water won't puddle up as bad and will dry a little faster, so we continue working on the road. I know that I need ditches and culverts, and honestly I need a dozer out here to put a nice crown on that road and a ton of rock and shale, but I don't have the money for all of that right now. So we're going to try to make it better, because right now we got some bobbleheading coming up there every day, which is not good on my back, which I actually got some news about that as well. We'll talk about that later on in the video. Uber's already warmed up and ready to go. Let's get to work, guys. Alright guys, so the main section that I'm going to start with is this section right here, in between that culvert that I installed down there along the creek here. to the actual entrance of Come On Mountain. This area right here is really, really bad. And there is a couple of low spots down there as well. Once we get this section right here situated, we'll move through the gate, up the hill, going towards Come On Mountain. That's the next worst spot. But these are the major low spots right here that I want to get took care of before we get all of this rain. Hopefully, I won't have so much water pulling and it'll dry faster, allowing me to continue to work on the road.
Off-grid life for me. I chose to live where you can't see. It's the only life you see for a good old boy like me. Hunting, fishing, living off the land. I'm just a simple off-grid man. Raising chickens, raising cane. Where I'm at ain't got no name. Got a fishing pole, an old shotgun, some dry tobacco, a little homemade rum. If I see you here, better be a friend. If I see you here, you might not be seen again. Hunting, fishing, living off the land. I'm just a simple off-grid man. Raising chickens, raising cane. Where I'm at ain't got no name. Got an old car and an old trailer, but it's paid for and I ain't paying rent. This ain't the life for most folks, but for me, it's heaven sent. Hunting, fishing, living off the land. I'm just a simple off-grid man. Raising chickens, raising cane. Where I'm at ain't got no name.
Alright guys, we're making some progress. This area right here is by far the worst. So I'm pulling a lot of the material and the big rocks and everything into this low spot right here that was still wet and trying to go over it and pack it down. I'll probably end up having to take some of the bigger ones out. But the thought process is to raise this area up some. But I'm starting to get a little bit of a bank to it, so it'll run down into the hole I have over here. And I have done some routes up the hill up there, just a couple of times just to turn around. But it is starting to get there. There's a lot of big rocks in this, which makes for a very bumpy drive. So I'm trying to get as many of those as I can into these low areas, and then maybe I'll bring in some shale. But there's a lot of dips on this road right here. It's going to take a lot of passes, but as you can see, it is definitely getting a lot better. I'm also bringing in rock into these areas as well, because these are low areas. I'm trying to get rid of the low areas so there's no place for the water to sit. You can still see the mud from here. And it hasn't rained in a couple of weeks, guys. Another low area right here. I'll be pulling those bigger rocks into this section. So many rocks. The rocks are a pro and a con. The big ones like that is a con. They just get in the way. The smaller ones helps keep all of this compacted and make it to where I don't get stuck when I go in and out, because it actually has a pretty hard base. But as you can see, I've went all the way around the corner, all the way to down there. But we still got a lot of passes to go. I'm going to show you how bad the rocks are, guys, and how violent it is on my equipment out here. One of the tines for the box blade already bent when I was making I-75 up there to move the shed. Well, I had another one bend today, and actually another one snatched the pin completely out of it and fell off. I thought I lost it, but luckily when I was making passes, it kicked itself back up and I could see it. So I pulled it off. So I picked it up off the ground, put it up here with me until I could go up to the cabin and get another pin. So I have another pin now. Now I need to get it put back on. Right here is where it fell out. And this one over here is the bent one. It's in the ground right now. Let me pick this up and we'll get this one on and I'll show you the bent one. As you can see, that one looks like a banana. It's all crooked. All right, now we got it. Now we're going to keep on making some passes. So all we can do is pass after pass after pass and then remove the bigger rocks that won't work in the holes as we pull them up. Whew, hopefully I got enough time to get this done. Well, we made some serious progress. I got a lot of the lows done. There's still some. I still got some pretty big rocks in the road that I'm going to need to move. I'm going to ride over a lot of it first, pack it down. It's going to be a little rough riding for a couple of days. Look at this big one. Ugh. Big old rock. Ugh. This one in the hole where that one came from, help fill it in. I'll show y'all in a minute. I got up there by the mountain and in the yard area as well. But as you can see, the sun's starting to set, so I'm running out of time. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to take the teeth off of the box blade and just run the blade down here, try to pick up some of these bigger rocks and try to smooth it out, because at this point I've dug down about all I can dig. Thing about it is This is only half the road. There's still a whole nother half I gotta work on. So tomorrow's gonna be another long day. Filled in a big hole right here. All the way down. My driveway is a half a mile, so it's a lot. Hence the reason why I haven't brought in rock and all of that yet, because it's going to cost a small fortune. Don't want to keep bringing in rock and shale so it just washes away until I get the ditches and culverts in and get a dozer out here to do all of that, because I got to clear all of this in order to put a ditch in. Tons of work, tons of work. So as you can see, I got all the way to the culvert. I need to get the mini X down here and dig this out some before rainy season, because some of the rocks is caved in over it. Still a little bit of exit there, but I need to dig all this out and get the rocks from in front of the entrance. This right here was also a very low area where it would come over the road right here. So I piled a whole bunch of stuff up there. I'm gonna drive over it, pack it down real good, and then level it out. But it looks amazing. But it is still nowhere near where it needs to be, so I still got a lot of more laps to do. But we're getting it. It's a good start. Alright, when I get back to the tractor, I'll go around the corner there and show y'all what it looks like going up the hill. And then we'll finish off over there by the cabin. You see where it dips right there some. The only thing that's going to fix all of this, though, is bringing in rock and shale, stuff like that. Or grabbing some dirt from out there, but I got to clear in order to do that. The biggest accomplishment is filling in this hole right here. This was by far the biggest hole, and I piled it up pretty high. That way, as I run it over, it can kind of pack in. It's going to be pretty bumpy here for a little while.
Get your ass up and out of this bed. Get a little mud on your truck tire tread. Roll through the city with the radio loud. We got no time for messing around. It's life off grid on Come On Mountain. 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 You get a little closer, girl, it's alright. You're not in the city, we ain't gotta fight. Life off grid is a little bit wild and free. I'm running from the city life, I'm living wild and free. Living off the land with a gun in my hand. I'm trying to bring back the life of a pioneer now. Life off grid on Come On Mountain. 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 You get a little closer, girl,
We made it back. Ugh. Made it back. As you can see, I've been working on the driveway as well. Leveling all of this out. Got a couple of little dips in here, but this area for sure needs the teeth taken off, and now it just needs to be leveled out some. I took a little bit of the hump off over here, but I got some shale built up right over here. Hopefully when all of this packs down, it will be a much smoother ride coming in and out of here, because right now it is extremely rough. Extremely rough. These guys have been following me a little bit today. Of course, more big rocks. As you can see, guys, the sun's starting to set. So I'm going to go ahead and call it a day. This is my first day back to work since all the health stuff that's been going on, so I don't want to overdo it. Got quite a few hours in, but I'm starting to get a little tired. But fall is definitely coming to an end, so I need to get this road fixed before the rain starts.